My name's Craig Sharp, MD of Abussi Limited. We're a Birmingham-based IT support provider, and we're also a Sage business expert. The type of services which we provide to clients, I guess, are summarised by the traditional experience that you may have had in the past as an IT support company. However, as times move on and the reliance on local hardware is diminishing, our services are turning now towards helping people collaborate more effectively and to get the most use out of their IT investment. Like most IT providers, historically our work was focused around IT infrastructure, networks, servers, things of that nature. However, as times move forward, and especially in the last few years, the vast majority of our work now focuses upon cloud services, email, file storage and disaster recovery. In fact, at the moment, around 60 to 70% of the people that we work with have a significant amount of their IT infrastructure based in the cloud. I mentioned that around 60 to 70% of Abussi's current clients are using some form of cloud service. The three key areas where they're most prevalent is in email, file storage and communication or collaboration. Email is really the main area where people can benefit. Email is traditionally held on a server, which is an expensive device to manage and maintain within your business. By outsourcing or off-siting these email services, you gain tremendous benefits from reliability and uptime. Storage of files is also a problem locally because the hardware will eventually run out of space. And if there's one certainty in the world, it's that you'll have more data today than you had yesterday. So by putting your files into the cloud, you benefit from a potentially unlimited location for storing your files and also a greater level of disaster recovery and business continuity in case of problems. In terms of communication, it's an area where people are perhaps least likely to migrate at the moment, but a growing area. Voice over IP services have been around for a while and telephony services have moved in that direction. But the cloud offers an opportunity to pull together a wide range of services into a single offering. So you'll see things like Google's Hangout, which allows you to communicate by voice, video and instant message, Microsoft Lync, which is also a collaboration tool. But at the moment, the vast majority of people are using email and file storage. For those smaller businesses, and especially those who are new starters, cloud service offers the opportunity to get really ahead of the game for a modest outlay. There's no need anymore to invest in expensive hardware and even more expensive software. And so for very small companies, cloud is really the only viable option. For very, very large companies, those covering a global environment, then again cloud services offer the opportunity to reduce the amount of hardware within their business and operate in a much more flexible way. The area where there's perhaps some discussion about whether cloud is the way forward are for those companies, maybe in the mid-size range, who have already invested heavily in IT hardware, IT infrastructure and importantly in software. Those with software licenses which cost many thousands of pounds may not wish to dispose of them and not gain full value from them. Importantly, mid-sized businesses are those that often have some sort of bespoke or line of business application which either does not have a cloud service or cannot be migrated to the cloud. So for very large and very small businesses, the cloud certainly offers some distinct advantages. For those who fall in the middle, then perhaps a discussion with an IT provider would be the best start. There are two main benefits to using cloud services in business. One is flexibility and the other is reliability. Most businesses now are very dynamic and need access to their data in many different locations and from many different devices. To do this from traditional server hardware is very costly and also quite complicated. By migrating services into the cloud, the responsibility of that falls to a third-party provider to whom you pay a small monthly fee. However, your data can then be accessed from pretty much any device and from any internet-connected location. The other benefit, that of reliability, is extremely important. If servers or hardware fails, it may take up to 48 hours to restore any sort of workable solution. However, with cloud services, you're often presented with a 99.99% reliability rate, which equates to around 1 hour or 2 hours of downtime per year. In this instance, it also offers a disaster recovery facility, meaning that your data can easily be recovered in the event of data loss. But importantly, it offers you the opportunity to continue working using these backed up services from other locations were there to be any problems at your own office. When talking with customers about moving services into the cloud, they often have two concerns. Firstly, that of security, and secondly, that of data ownership. In the early days of cloud services, there were a few situations where companies sprang up. They were used very heavily by people, and then the company sadly failed, and some data was locked or trapped within that organisation and unable to be retrieved by the person using that service. Those days are largely gone, and the large providers such as Google, Dropbox and Microsoft allow you to have your data available to you in backup format at your request. It's something that you can self-manage through a portal that they offer for their service. Security is also a significant concern, and many people who have put their data into the cloud and it's no longer on a piece of hardware in their office feel that perhaps it's a little less secure. However, most of the time I've found that people have lost data through theft where their offices have been broken into and equipment stolen. So ironically, by having your equipment in a backed up and off-site location, your information is arguably more secure. I think one of the key emerging technologies which as businesses we're probably yet to fully embrace is that of full collaboration. Businesses are much less now about large numbers of people sitting in a single office or location, and more about groups of people working together on various pieces of data or information. So the emerging technologies which embrace this and offer some really exciting opportunities for businesses in the future relate to things like Google Drive. Google Drive, if you convert your documents, allows individuals to work on the same document at the same time and for all users to see what's going on. In effect, you can open a single page of a Word-style document and 4 people could be writing 4 separate paragraphs at the same time. Dropbox, which is another common way of storing files, is embracing this sort of collaboration and will shortly be releasing some software that allows you to see who's working on the same document and to communicate with them by instant message so that you can discuss what you're doing on the same document.